Hello and welcome back to another sports rant. Before we get into today's video and podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. If you are listening on Spotify, please rate and review. That really helps me out. Gets more things out there in the algorithm. It helps me a bunch. Really appreciate it if you do that. Anyway, let's get into today's video. Today we are talking about tight ends, especially one specifically, Travis Kelce, who did not have the greatest game in the Super Bowl. Probably one of the key factors in the reason the Chiefs lost. He had some key drops, but nonetheless, he's still probably one of the better tight ends. And this is what we were kind of talking about today. Is he? I've talked about it before. Is he going to retire? Is is there going to be some kind of discourse between him and there was like this is kind of like supposed to be his big moment with Taylor. They were going to propose after he won the three-peat and made history, and it didn't happen. And you know what? That's just the reality of football. That's the reality of life. And like I listened to his podcast, him and Jason Kelsey on New Heights, and I was kind of touched a little bit. As somebody who is very critical of Travis Kelce, he seemed very thoughtful, very reserved, and I just love Jason Kelsey. He's one of my like one. If we're talking about like non-Patriots players that I just absolutely like love, Jason Kelsey has to be up there. Um, just a pure, genuine guy. I think anytime they play that Eagles, anytime somebody plays their parody of the I can't remember the song now, but it has Travis in it, and it's like there's just this one line. I can't remember. It's from their Christmas album, "The Fairy Tale of Philadelphia." It's their parody to "The Fairy Tale of New York." That an amazing song, by the way, an amazing song. But it was just really really like it all. There's a line in there that Travis has. I'm like that always just like they like have this like kind of back and forth in the song, and it just makes me like tear up. I'm like, dude, this is whew, it cuts deep, really cuts deep. And it was kind of like because I have a lot of older brothers, and I can kind of appreciate the. I mean, everybody can kind of like that's kind of what makes them so likable is their relatability. But it just kind of it was a little touching, even though like I'm not. I won't deny I'm not the biggest Travis Kelce fan. There's a lot of people, and that's what we're kind of talking about today, though. Like I love you, Travis. I love you, Jason. You guys are the like masterclass Hall of Famers for sure. But when we're talking debates and goat debates, when we're talking about this is really the title of this one is going to be the tight end debate. This is going to be a little rough because I do have a cat in the game, and that is one of my favorite athletes of all time, and that is Rob Gronkowski. Um, when it really comes down to it, one of the things that I just love about Rob is he's just kind of just this overpowering force. He's like the Shaq of football. That is the best way to describe the most dominant player to ever play the game. Maybe not like statistically, like it's like like we talk about that with basketball. It's like Kareem probably is statistically the best center, but Shaq is the most dominant player of all time. And I think for that 10-year stretch that Rob Gronkowski played in the NFL, he was the best, undoubtedly the most dominant player we have ever seen grace a football field. And maybe you can debate me on that. You can change my mind. There's some other guys like, whoa, maybe not most dominant player when it comes to any position, any skill, anything. Most dominant player. I will get a lot of backlash on that. I'll get like, oh, well, maybe it's like, Emmett's like Barry Sanders or something like some running back, Jim Brown, blah blah blah. It's like for the time period he played in, the position he played, that is just insane. And talking on this, there's a lot of talk between like, oh, is he like is Travis is better. Like you hear that sometimes on the internet. It's like, oh, Travis Kelce is better than Rob. Like, I get it. I understand like the kind of the discourse there. Like Travis Kelce is probably one of the better when it comes to playoffs. Probably one of the better uh, tight ends in the like to play in the playoffs. And it's always kind of like this talk. It's like, oh yeah, it's like Kelsey or Kelsey or Gronk, and I was like, one of the key parts of playing tight end, which is one of my favorite like positions in football. It's one of the few ones I like learned kind of later and like as like a kid, as like learned like what that position was because of Rob Gronkowski, but also just like watching football, getting to see just like I'm just looking back and just being a nerd of football. It's you can primarily most tight ends in the league are sixth row linemen or a slot receiver. The thing with Rob Gronkowski is he was good at both. He was the sixth row lineman. He could block. Even towards the end of his career, he was still a great blocker, which is kind of an unsung like trait because there's no stat, there's no pancakes, but there is a clip of him pancaking Terrell Suggs, who was the Robin to Ray Lewis's Batman, and he also I'm pretty sure don't quote me on this one. There is probably a clip around there of him pancaking Ray Lewis. He's a stud. He is an utter stud when it comes to just blocking. And then him just and like it's like oh yeah he's like also just an insane like his stat when he would do that crossing over the middle and then just like catch the ball and just rumble. Nobody could take him down. Like there's like so many highlights. Go watch YouTube. Just go look at YouTube, or just go watch some game tape. That's one of the biggest things. Some of the uh, some of the stats. It's like yeah, has this. It's like after the rules changed, like after you couldn't hit him. I think a better comparison is like Travis Kelce and Julian Edelman because like you know what, yeah, it's like they more play the slot. Like when they line up to run routes, they line up in the slot. So that's probably a better comparison, but still. Anyway, it's I know that's kind of a popular opinion is to say, oh yeah, Gronk is just better, just because we all we've all been hating the Chiefs for the last 3 years. But still, there is it's I don't want to just be like just saying things to say them, especially because I am just a Patriots fan and I love like Rob Gronkowski. Like I said, is one of my favorite players, one of my favorite athletes. Scratch his favorite athletes of all time. I have a funny story I want to share, but I'm gonna save that for later about Rob. But anyway, I'm calling him Rob like I know him personally. Rob Gronkowski, Gronk, the most dominant player in NFL history. But to give like Travis his flowers, it's like yeah, you know, he's when it comes to like reading a zone, when it comes to just like finding the soft spot of the zone, getting open, and and just like making tough catches and just being like catching it in space. There's nobody like Travis Kelce because like I know like a lot of people say, oh, Travis Kelce has better hands, and it's like there is some nasty there is some uh, Rob Gronkowski might also has Rob Gronkowski is better. We have established this, right? But he has better hands. He's a better blocker. He just plays the position better. Um, he just kind of feels more tight end. But I know the stats and the catches and the touchdowns they go to a lot to Kelce. Kelce is good when it comes to in that zone breaking a zone, like kind of like Julian Edelman. Third down, really good. Gronk also on third down. Like it's just kind of apples to oranges. He also had Tom Brady throwing to him his entire career. So it's like, what can you say? Like you're gonna be successful when you have Tom Brady throwing to you, but still, like, yeah, Patrick Mahomes, yeah, Alex Smith. It's not terrible, but still, it would, like, we didn't really talk about Travis in the same way when he had Alex Smith. Like, Patrick Mahomes made him better, and having a good quarterback makes you better for sure. But it's still just like, just some of these debates, and like like if he like retires and it's gets some, he is date like, and it's not like he's not accomplished nothing. He's dating the most famous woman possibly in history. Like, she's up there with like Cleopatra and like Michael Jackson when it comes to like famous like people. Taylor Swift, like, will be, I think whenever like it's all said and done, Taylor Swift is probably going to be a name we kind of associate with, like, oh, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, like, just so, like, just an iconic, like, she'll be remembered forever just because she is who she is. And like, I think it's I know a lot of people like to hate on them. I don't really like to, because it's a relationship, dude, and it's his girlfriend. He can date who he wants, and she can date who she wants. And if she wants to go to the games, and if the NFL wants to pan the camera up there for 5 seconds, 4 seconds, who cares? Really, like, who gives a shit? It's good for views. Like, it's making them a fucking fuckload, dude. Like, they're getting so much like, she has brought a whole new audience. I know it's like, for us as fans, it's like, oh my gosh, Taylor Swift, get off the screen. But really, when it comes down to it, it's just like, just she's a celebrity. They always kind of show the celebrities in the crowd. It's like, oh, look, there they are. Cool. That was bigger last year for sure, but still, like, anytime the NFL like posts a picture of her, it's like, oh yeah, guys, like, Taylor pulled up to the Chiefs game. Anyway, I'm kind of getting on a little bit of a tangent there when it comes to that, but um, the future, I really want to stay on this tight end topic because this is the topic I really need to stay on. Is There's a future. There's a really bright, even if Travis retires, there is a bright future for the tight end position. Um, and he is in Las Vegas. And I promised my brother I would put his ass in the thumbnail, and I promised my brother I would talk about him. And that is that kid from Viva Las Vegas, Mr. Brock Bowers, who the only reason he wasn't the offensive rookie of the year is because Jaden Daniels existed. Because Jaden Daniels might have had the greatest like rookie quarterback season of all time, and he had the greatest rookie tight end season of all time. Gronk was also like talking about, he's like, he might be better than myself. He is that freaking good, and he is. He had Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew and quarterback by fucking committee playing for him. Max Gallegos was throwing him passes, and he broke records, which is insane. And like, once they get him a quarterback, get him a quarterback. He is a piece, and that is like, he is like the like, if you're a Raiders fan, like, you got to be like, that's the one thing you can be really happy on and hang your hat on this season, is like, you have like pretty much the offensive rookie of the year when it comes to a skill position, like, and the best rookie tight end of all time. And it was like, oh yeah, we thought that was Sam Laporta like last year, and it's like, Brock Bowers is better than Sam Laporta. Brock Bowers might actually be like the better. He kind of gives more of like a Shannon Sharp, Travis Kelce kind of vibe. He's not like a blocking tight end, which is like, it is what it is. The the play style has changed, and that's kind of more my point. Is it's like, the play style kind of changed. Travis got better when when the rules kind of changed more towards the offense, and it's like you can't just like blow guys up over the middle, and like hospital balls became less hot, like became 15-yard penalties. So that's kind of why I defend Travis more, is because like he played in that era of like it's still kind of played in that era of, oh yeah, you can get like blown up over the middle and just get killed. It's and just you just got to keep chugging, and he did. But anyway, Brock he owns. I'm gonna quickly look up. Sorry, I didn't do my research before I started recording, but we're gonna do a quick one. Rookie records Brock Bowers broke real fast. Sorry for the rate the Spotify audience. I'm sitting here typing on my phone. Give me 1 second. Gosh, I type like a boomer. Um, Most receptions by a rookie in a single season, most receiving yards by a rookie tight end in a single season, and is the only third and only be he's the only the third rookie tight end in NFL history to achieve 1,000 yards, joining Mike Ditka and Kyle Pitts, which is pretty damn impressive. He earned first team All Pro, which is like, and Pro Bowl honors. Like, I mean, like the Pro Bowl isn't like I always kind of say like the Pro Bowl isn't that like big of a flex. Like Mac Jones made the Pro Bowl. It is a little bit more for like skill guys, but like All Pro is way cooler. Like, and like even in any maybe baseball. Baseball is the only one thing where it's like you're an All Star. It's like, oh, that's fucking cool. Like in the NBA, it's like, yeah, like it's they just you're an All Star. Like big one. Like the Pro Bowl is probably like the bottom tier of those, but still, um, All Pro is that's insane. And I think he was first team All Pro when it came to tight ends. I think he honestly probably was the best tight end in football this season. But like, there's him, there's Sam Laporta, there's George Kittle towards the kind of latter end of his career, but like they're like the tight end position, which is one of my personal favorite positions in football. Um, it's in good hands. If Kelce retires, which I kind of think he is, um, that it's in good hands. You got like it's safe. There's a lot to be gained. Like it's gonna be so nice to see. There's a lot of we'll see more for sure. I know I'm kind of rambling here. I do have the Mux's Fox's facts of the day. Um, the the fact is Max Fat, and this is tight end related because we've just been talking all tight ends today, and a little Taylor Swift. Oh, sorry. Um, but in 2000, here's the Max facts of the day. In 2004, New York Giants tight end. Oh wait, nope, not that one. Oop, my bad. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Random tight end stat fact, because I can't read the other one because YouTube might take it down. Antonio Gates, who played in the NFL despite never playing college football, holds the record for most career touchdowns by a tight end with 116, according to ChatGPT. He surpassed Tony Gonzalez. I I should have mentioned him more. Antonio Gates and Tony Gonzalez really set the precedent for these guys, but surpassed Tony Gonzalez and did all after transitioning from college basketball to the NFL. I hopefully will have another video coming up later today on college basketball. UNM just played Wyoming. I want to talk that. Um, but that just reminded me of it. But Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez, studs, probably up there. Like when it comes to better tight ends of all time, like Tony Gonzalez is probably second or third. And in some cases, like yeah, he's probably second, and like other cases, he's probably third. But oh boy, these guys are the ones who paved the path. Shannon Sharp, probably like the same level as like Travis Kelce, where it's just like pass catching, not really blocking, but pass catching. A big wide receiver, big slot guy. But anyway, that is probably going to be the video for today. Thank you guys all for watching or listening. I'm really glad. Thank you for letting me be a part of your day. Like I said again, go follow the Instagram at another sports rant. Go hit up the Twitter at another sports rant. We're gonna try and get some Twitch working. We're gonna see how that works out. Trying to because I love to play Minecraft when I record, and I can't do that now because I'm like looking into the camera. So I was like, you know what, maybe I'll do some Twitch. But anyway, that should be the video. Thank you guys all for watching. Kind of running a little long. Peace.